So first of all, let those that are talking about restructuring, have they restructured their mind, their heart, with their dubious corruption mindset?
Well,
they should think about restructuring their mind. Then we can look, at least we represent our various constituency. First of all, what we need to do as a good patriotic Nigerian, we need to restructure our heart, our mind, and our soul. We must do that because...
What do you mean by that?
First of all, you talked about restructuring. Look at the corruption in the country. It's a cancer that has eaten this country deeply. We're talking about restructuring. And those that are singing hallelujah, restructuring, they were in government before. What did they do? Why didn't they talk about restructuring? Yeah, there are some areas that we should be able to look in depthly and say, look, we shouldn't do business as usual. We change on a new leaf to do things right in Nigeria. So first of all, let those that are talking about restructuring, have they restructured their mind, their heart, with their dubious corruption mindset? Well, they should think about restructuring their mind. Then we can look, at least we represent our various constituency. 360 members. Hold on. 360 members. You have people representing various constituencies. Not breaking rules and order of the country because of restructuring.
Let's be sure that we're on the same page. Who precisely are you referring to?
Who?
Yes, when you say that, you know, where they were in power before, they're talking about restructuring.
You know them, you know them.
I think it's important that you're very clear.
You know them. Don't you know them? Don't you know those that are singing restructuring? I have nothing against restructuring.
People will say that this restructuring song has been on for quite a while. It was on in the time of military general Saniab. I think it's been on since the time of military head of state.
Have you gotten anywhere with it?
Babangida. Cool. Just a moment, Honorable.
Yes.
Ibrahim Babangida was there during the time of Abacha, who convened a conference, wasn't a sovereign national, but a national conference of some sort. President Obasanjo convened another conference and then calls for restructuring grew even louder. So restructuring is not a new song, and they are elder statesmen who are currently adding their voice to restructuring. They are adding their voice to the call for restructuring.
Statement that have allowed Nigeria to deteriorate the way we are. Those who have failed in our nation, is that the people that you want to listen to? First of all, you're talking about the military. They were not representing the good people of this country. Anyway, military, we're talking about democracy. Even though we are practicing demonstration of craziness in Nigeria, for God's sake, let's do things right. We are talking about restructuring. I believe in restructuring.
Demonstration of craziness.
Yeah, that's what we are. Some people doesn't want this country to see the light of day. The cabals, they have hijacked the system. They sold our future, sold your future, sold your bond, future. What are we talking about? Nigeria must move on. Nigeria must move on until we realize that we have no other country. Go to Dubai. Dubai was not, 15, 20 years ago, Mokwe, Dubai was a desert. They were not singing restructuring. The will, having the will, the tenacity, being able to be responsible, to be accountable to your people, giving dividends of democracy to your people. That is what we should be responsible talking about. This issue of restructuring is about to divert attention. We must deal with the issue that Nigerians are suffering. The youth are not employed. Look at what is happening in this country. There's no power, no constant electricity supply, no water, no road. We should be talking about issues that reflect the concerns of ordinary Nigerians. This heat-up system, I am tired, I'm sick of it.
Government, we were taught different systems of government. You have the federal system. And what is the very essence of the federal system of government? People own and control their resources, manage these resources in the interest of the people. But in Nigeria, what do we have? People go cap in hand to the center every month to get allocation that they squander. And at the end, they come and tell us that we were not elected to pay salaries. What we must do in Nigeria is be truthful. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Oh, restructure. At every critical point in our nation's history, there's a new term that is thrown into our political lexicon. At some point, it was sacrosanct. Now it is restructure. I agree.
It has been there for quite a while, the argument.
The argument has been there, but the truth is we must keep it fact and evidence-based. We cannot have a society where there's inequality, where there's injustice, and expect that people will keep quiet. No! We cannot have a society that allows for people who have no capacity to administer over the affairs of the majority. What are these people going to do? They are going to run the country aground. I always insist that Nigeria is blessed with abundant human and natural resources. We cannot have intelligent people in Nigeria and have people that are not fit to be class captain in a very good secondary school, preside over administrative affairs. It doesn't make any sense.
So then,
now, what we must do as Nigerians is to always look at the issues. But as Nigerians, what do we want for this country? You can only be vice president for 8 years at most. You can be a presidential aspirant and contest. You might win, you might not win. But the truth is, you would always remain a Nigerian. What is best for this country? Let us be true when we talk about our federal structure. Let us have states that will control their resources. Let us look at our doctrines. You know, all these exclusive concurrent residual lists, and you have governors going to collect money at the end of the month. Doesn't make any sense by my reckoning.
But beyond all of that, Chukwudi, beyond actually looking at our federal structures and trying to revamp them, what is the starting point in healing our historical divide that, quite frankly, is a great component of what we're seeing now?
First, if you do not admit that wrong is wrong, you're wasting your time. You cannot put dusting powder and lipstick on a corpse and say, wow, this is beautiful. I mean, you might take pictures and it will look beautiful, but it doesn't stop the fact that that corpse is decomposing or has decomposed. Do you understand what I'm saying? The rot, you still cannot, hide the rot or the stench. What we must do is to admit that whether it is this party or that party, the political class, a majority of them, have wronged the Nigerian people. We are the men. See, surviving in the country is like walking through Psalm 23. We are walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Your education, your healthcare, your life, your security is essentially just about you, because it's a struggle. Why you have a few people enjoying the largesse or the dividends of democracy because of the positions they occupy? What you must do first is come out and admit, like I always advocate, we know that there are two classes of Nigerians, the political class and the suffering masses. We, the political class, a majority of us, even though we have good people, have offended the majority of Nigerians. We are going to make amends today. And how do we make amends? First, we are going to go back and do it the proper way. And how is the proper way? Allowing for equity, allowing for equality, allowing for justice, allowing for fairness in our society. You cannot beat a child and tell the child not to cry now.
All right, Chukwudi, since you're talking about admitting, are we going to admit now to the reports that we have that they said as ISIS spies, I beg your pardon, in IDP camps in Nigeria? Now, we know that when reports come like this, there are always refusals, rebuttals coming out to say that this is not true, this is not the case. Is this the case so far? What has the government said?
The truth is, this is coming from the Nigerian police force itself. And it is not something that we should joke with. What do insurgents and terrorists do? They want to undermine, they want to create problems, they want to cause confusion. Now, as Nigerians, we must know that security is everybody's business. This is not the time for tafia. I want to mind my business. No. Because when death comes knocking, it doesn't ask if you voted for this person or that person or what ethnic background. It takes people. Now, I must admit that the Nigerian police force, there are men and women of integrity and dignity that have even sacrificed themselves in the interest of our great country, Nigeria. What we must do as a people is, like I always insist, support a government that is committed to ensuring that the promises that they make to the Nigerian people, they deliver on them, number one. Then number two, the Nigerian police force must focus on intelligence. This is not about six packs and muzzle. It's intelligence, because these insurgents and terrorists try to be a step ahead of you. What you must do is be 10 steps ahead of them so that you can catch them. And I read the report and I'm excited about, the approach of the Nigerian police force. Now, what we must do is, as a people, try as much as we can to provide valuable information. And how do we do so? We can only do so if we trust them. If I don't trust the Nigerian police force, anything I see, I focus. I hang a crucifix at the entrance of my house. Before I go to bed, I anoint myself and my family, hoping that the divine protection will protect me. And if it's happening in front, let me be in the back. If it's in the back, let me be in center. If it's anywhere, let me not be there at all. Now, the Nigerian police force must win back the confidence of the Nigerian people so that we can readily provide information that would help everybody in society.
All right, thank you so
Welcome back, my people. I know see okay, all of na go don't see and hear everything they go on now for this video. Now, no see okay, the problem be okay with the girl for inside this country. Now, be tribalism, medicine, and many things will be okay down the kill us state. We know say okay, people will be okay that they government that they always do against restructuring. If you look at the first man will be okay, talk for inside this video when him been there for power, in the against restructuring, but now will be okay, he don't come out of power. Now he don't sing restructuring. That is why I say okay, make I put that in video wey be say okay now watch for them, make una see am, make una know say this restructuring of a thing no be only northern people dey against it. And why this other guy wey be say okay now dey see for my screen now, this guy wey wear cap now wey wan show for my screen now, why e wan talk sweet me be say e get wetin im talk when e sweet me. E just dey straight, im dey straightforward. Wetin im want, e say the thing wey e want be say make dem restructure this country, make everybody get control over im own resources. Na wetin everybody dey find tey, but some people the thing wey be say okay dey kill dem be say anytime wey be say okay dem don enter government, dem no wan make restructuring work. Even when these people been dey for government, Buhari, Osinbajo and many other people go lucky, Bello Jonathan, and all the past president and past vice president wey be say we get, them dey against restructuring when they be dey for power. But now wey be say okay they don come down, they dey like call for restructuring. How e go fit work? It's like the problem wey be say okay we get for this country now, e don tall pass this country itself. The problem we say we get, if we no reduce how more this country now, e go carry everybody go where e no know. If you hear wetin this guy talk, he talk and say this issue wey be say okay we dey get, if we no do this issue, if we no adjust and make the issue die for this country, you no get how this country go fit elevate. Na why this guy talk sweet me. You wey be say okay you dey hear us now, if you get anything wey be say okay you wan talk concerning wetin these people dey talk, make you drop your own talk, your own thoughts for inside comment section. And also, you know, today be your first time, make you like, make you share, and make you subscribe. Thank you.